long, involved problem, but I thought I'd give you some ideas on one strategy for finding how long it's going to take for the fire to reach Pretty Valley, given that it's blowing at 8 miles an hour or kilometers per hour. If we could find the distance from F to Pretty Valley, from the fire to Pretty Valley, we could divide by 8 and we'd have how long it's going to take, because time equals distance divided by rate. How can we find the distance from F to PV? Well, we have to find the X and Y coordinates of these 2 points and then use the distance formula. Finding the coordinates of F and the coordinates of PV, not so easy. One strategy is to find the equation of line FR and the equation of line FT, and then find the point of intersection of those 2 lines. And the point of intersection will be the coordinates of F. Similarly, on the next board, I'll show you how we can talk about finding PV, which I'm not going to go into as much detail as I do here. The point is, when you're given stuff like this, that something is north 10 degrees east of a given point, it's helpful to draw a little horizontal and vertical segments at that point. So in this, oh, by the way, Tower R is northeast of Tower T. That means it's at a 45-degree angle. So this is 45 degrees right here, which means we have a 45-45 right triangle with a hypotenuse of 100. And in a 45-45 right triangle, each leg is hypotenuse divided by the square root of 2. And if we rationalize this, we get 50 radical 2 for this leg and this leg. So the coordinates of R, 50 radical 2, 50 radical 2. So to find the equation of line FR, which I'm referring to as line 1, we need to find the slope of that line and then use the point slope formula for a line passing through point R, 50 radical 2, 50 radical 2. We are told that the fire is north 75 degrees west of R. So that means the direction from R to F is along this line. And the slope of that line is the tangent of this angle right here, which is 165 degrees, 90 plus 75. So the slope of that line is the tangent of 165, which is a negative number, which that looks like that's right. And so if we use point slope, y minus 50 radical 2 equals the tangent of 165 times the quantity x minus 50 radical 2, point slope. For line 2, which is line TF, this angle is 80 degrees right here because we're north 10 degrees east from Tower T to the fire. So the slope of this line is the tangent of 80. And since we're passing through the point 0, 0, we can just say y minus 0 equals tangent of 80 times x, or x tangent 80. And then to find the x and y coordinates of the point of intersection, which is point F, we can use the substitution method. So I'm taking this value here, substituting it in for this y, and then solving for x. So here's x tangent of 80 minus 50 radical 2. It's the substitution method, and then I distribute this tangent of 165 and get x tangent of 165 minus 50 radical 2 times the tangent of 165. At this point, we can get the terms containing x on the left side of the equal sign, the constant terms on the right side, factor out this x, and I factored out the 50 radical 2 also on the right side, and then divide both sides by that expression, and there's X. That's the X coordinate of the point of intersection right there. You can do that on a calculator to see what you get. And once you've got that value, you can multiply it by the tangent of 80, and you'll get the Y coordinate of point F. And once you've got that, you're halfway there, or maybe not quite halfway. You've got to then find the coordinates of PV. And I'll talk about that on the next board a little bit. So over here, we've got the Pretty Valley is south 70 degrees west of Tower R, which means that this angle right here has to be 20. And so the slope of this first red dotted line from R to PV is 180 plus 20, or 200. So the slope of this line is the tangent of 200. So the equation of this line, and I'm not going to write it out, is y minus 50 radical 2 equals tangent of 200 times the quantity x minus 50 radical 2. And similarly down here, we're told that Pretty Valley is north 25 degrees east of Tower T, which means this is a 65-degree angle, which means the slope of this red line is the tangent of 65. So the equation of this dotted line is y equals tangent of 65 times x, because we're using the point 0, 0. And so similarly to what I did on the first board, we have the two equations, two unknowns. We can use the substitution method to find the x and y coordinates of PV. We've got the coordinates f of f and PV. We can use the distance formula. And then once we've got that distance, divide by 8, and we'll have how long it's going to take for the fire to get to Pretty Valley. Hopefully they'll have enough time to evacuate. There you go. Hope that gave you some idea on how to do this. There might be other ways to do it, maybe using the law of cosines and the law of sines, if you can find a triangle that contains side PV, FPV. But this is the first thing that came to my mind. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.